I'm Iain Macaulay. I'm Senior Minister here at Queen's Park Baptist Church in Glasgow. This has always been a church which has been vibrant and passionate about reaching its community. There was a challenge about how effective some of the things were that we were doing and how our resources were spread quite thinly, I think. I had a real sense when I came that God was asking me to try and focus that in particular ways. And I had a real desire that we would mobilise the resources of people and skills and ability here in the church to reach our city. We were asking the question, what does the kingdom of God look like? There's lots of parables that speak about that, but the one that really impacted us was the parable about the great banquet, where people came to the feast and they were honoured and welcomed and received with generosity. We brought together these 6 values that we have and this vision theme, which is outwardly focused, missional, to call our city to life. So we said, let's do Alpha as well as we can. Let's seek to make it mainstream and primary in the life of the church, and let's do it with all the values that we believe God has told us to try and develop within the life of the fellowship. We began our revisioning of Alpha. We made the decision that we would try and resource the Alpha course as well as we could, and we made a significant push within the congregation to encourage people to bring folks along. And we also knew that we would need to go through a few cycles of Alpha for people to get a feel for what it was now going to be like. We had some good stories to share, and I think that really helped. But also the environment and people telling their stories of their experience, just gossiping about how good it is, how good the food has been. We also really felt that it was important for us to be doing other events which were pointing the way into Alpha. At Christmas we do a number of things. The last few years we've had a Christmas ball at Hampden Park at the reception suite there. We'll have over 400 people at that, and we will give people goodie bags with invitations to Alpha. We are constantly encouraging people to invite. We're not asking people to do anything really more than that. Invitation is one of our values. We use our church sanctuary. One of the things that we discovered in our vision was that our environment is quite important, and one of the things that we have done each year is to try and improve that environment. So we changed the lighting. We have mood lighting. People get a menu, so they get a choice of starter, they get a choice of main course, they get a choice of sweet. There's just something about the atmosphere, and we just believe that's God and that's His presence amongst us. We try and do a few testimonies, a few interviews. And we're introducing worship actively within the course as we're introducing prayer. Generally the process that we have followed has been to invite worship leaders or singer-songwriters to come fairly early on in the course to sing something that they've written themselves or something that's familiar to people. We want Alpha to be more than just the conveying of information. It's actually the introduction of people to a relationship, and worship and prayer are the core elements of that relationship. I think one of the things that just happens to people is, I would describe it as the ice melting. I think sometimes we have people who come and who are edgy, who find the church environment threatening, and are quite kind of insecure as they come, and you just see them opening up. And there are people out there who want to go on this journey, and they appreciate the fact that there are people who want to help them with that. So we've seen everything from the ice melting to fireworks. We had one person who was really medically unable to read. She went home after, I think, the first week, and she pulled this gospel that she had sitting in our bookshelf. All the text was fuzzy, and she just prayed out this prayer. She said, God, I really want to explore this, but I can't if I can't read. And the text that she wanted to read became clear, and she could see it. And she'd never seen text like that for years. As a result of that, and as a result of Alpha, came to faith. We've seen a number of people come to faith over the last couple of years. Over the course of 2012, we saw 32 folks from an Iranian background come to faith and were baptised. And all of these guys came through Alpha. What we've done really is to take people who are leading small groups within Alpha and for them to take the folks who've come to faith in Alpha into their own home and do some follow-on work with them. Our young people also, as they've gone through Alpha, have got involved in teaching on Alpha, and as a result of that we were able to take a team of young people, mostly 16-year-olds, to Uganda last summer, where they ran an Alpha course for something like 500 young Ugandan teenagers. We live in a city that has been described as the sick man of Europe, and we believe that if we are to be a people who are calling this city to life, then one of the outcomes of that ought to be that our city is healthier, that there are healthier relationships, that there are healthier people physically. We're beginning to roll out parenting course and the marriage course as a way of addressing those needs, both within the church and also within the community. We are coming together in more unity as a church. I think we are rallying around the flag of our vision. I would want to encourage people not to think of Alpha as just a kind of program that does something, but actually as a way of engaging with people that helps the people in our nation get to know the reality of Jesus, but actually also has an effect on the church in helping us to understand what our task is and how to go about that task.
Part of our purpose actually in bringing the team together was to bring people in the church together.
The whole excitement and the buzz around Alpha has been good for the whole church. It's been good for us to work in different teams as well within the church.
We used resources from the Alpha website. We kind of downloaded, we made PowerPoints.
It's been fabulous actually to see people who came to faith on the last Alpha then coming in the team and they've been serving.
I think Alpha for me as a leader has just shown me how easy it actually is to engage with people, that actually people are searching for God. They don't know that maybe.
I felt that I needed more meaning and a purpose, and along with David we decided to come on the Alpha course and see what we could get and learn about God.
Everyone was there to help and just encourage, and the atmosphere was fantastic, and just enjoyed people's company, getting to know a new network of social people. And
you get to ask the questions that you want to ask. It's not intimidating. I just feel since starting to come back to church that my faith is growing, and if anything's going wrong in your life, you've got God to turn to and you've got other people to turn to as well, and there's more of a focus in my life.
I don't get as uptight and concerned about things because I've passed a lot more things over to God through doing the Alpha course, and it's changed me as a person completely, totally changed me.